I'm Sarah. Welcome back to my channel where I talk about my journey to sustainable health and meaningful success. And today is going to be an interesting video, but before I get into any of that, I wanted to thank you so much for 100 subscribers. I am just blown away, and honestly, this has been a pretty vulnerable and new and kind of precarious journey for me. I kind of have been obviously working through a lot of stuff and trying to improve on a lot of things. Basically, if you've joined me and you're following me on all of my cleaning up my hot mess, but yeah, I'm just really touched that you guys have been supporting me, and a lot of people have reached out, and just even the most recent encouragement that I've been getting from a couple people who've reached out to me and shared with me their stories, or just shared how my story has impacted them. It means the world to me. Honestly, I have a lot of passion to help other people see that there is significance within them and that they can accomplish what they want to accomplish. And so to be able to do that on this platform and to have such a wonderful response has just warmed my heart and given me a lot of hope that people will be able to hear my story and be encouraged. So thank you. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Join the fun. We're all over the place here. But that's what keeps it keeps it fresh. But anyway, so cheers to you with whatever little wine that I have left. I spilled half of it, but cheers anyway. Anyway, so today's video is kind of my second wind against my experience with Amway and MLMs in general. The initial spark for this was actually I have been invited so graciously to join the radio show, Scott Johnson's radio show on Building Fortunes Network. I'll link it down below. But February 1st, I will be joining them as a guest on the Scott Johnson radio show to talk about my Amway experience. Scott Johnson was actually in Amway for over 15 years, and it was kind of a long time before I even got into business. So on Sunday, this last Sunday, we chatted for 2.5 hours and just swapped stories, and I learned so much from his experience, and he has uncovered a lot of shady business in the Amway business and in MLMs in general. So I was not really aware of it. Obviously, if you have not, actually I should prerequisite all of this. If you have not seen any of my Amway videos, I would encourage you to check them out. I will link them down below so you can get up to speed, because I put out 5 videos telling my story just factually. And then I also put out a video where I interviewed my family, and they gave their perspective and their best advice to people who have family members or friends in an MLM, multi-level marketing business, and they're concerned for them. So my family gave a lot of really great advice. So if you want to check that out, please, it'll be in the descriptions below. But yeah, this second wind, I realize, is because I am still grieving the loss of all of my Amway community. I am still processing through everything that was really messed up about my experience. And I have been experiencing a flurry of emotions. I think recently it's just been a lot of anger and a lot of I have no idea how anybody could have scammed me that bad. So anyway, This video is kind of a sequel to all of that, though, my Amway series, so please check that out if you need context for this video. This is not an anti-MLM channel, so if you come here for the tea, and we all know, we all enjoy a little bit of tea every once in a while, but if you only come here for the tea, I wouldn't expect too much more. My definition for myself at this season of my life of meaningful success is to live every day in love, joy, and peace. And so that's not always flowery and exciting. Right now, I think this video is for the purpose, in love, to let you know that there's some real dangers in MLMs, multi-level marketing companies, and also maybe just to get a little bit of peace about my own journey. I don't know. I also just really like sharing this information with this community because a lot of people have reached out to me with their stories. It makes me feel like I'm not alone, and it almost, to be honest, it kind of makes me feel less stupid for having fallen for this in the first place, because a lot of people have fallen for this. I've basically been like going back and studying how I was recruited and studying how I was recruiting other people, or how I was being taught to recruit other people. And I realized that they were master manipulators, and they were teaching me to manipulate people. So the fact that I was manipulated and was just totally duped to get into this business opportunity, I don't feel as dumb. Everything seems so obvious now, 2020, the year of perfect vision, but at that time, it made sense to me because they knew exactly how they were playing me. So that sucks. But today, specifically, I have my Amway Breakup box. Yeah, because I have been mourning the loss of many relationships within my Amway community, I kept a lot of mementos from all of that time. I was in for 2.5 years, so I had a lot of different things to keep. I don't know if this is going to be incredibly boring, but I just wanted to go through some of the stuff in this breakup box and see what I actually kept as memories. It's been 6 months. I think at the end of June was when I quit Amway, and yeah, it's been a lot since then. My gosh. Yeah, I would strongly encourage that you follow my journey. But anyway, I'm so bitter. I really am very bitter. I'm not letting it ruin me, like, permanently, but I'm not happy about it. Anyway, let's see what we have in here. Oh my gosh, my glasses still have wine on them. I spilled like half of my glass of wine. More than half. I have like 3 sips left. All right, now we're ready. Oh my gosh. So this, it's a calendar page. It's funny because I have so many calendars in this box. I have this calendar. I have this calendar. Man. Okay, so the reason why I'm like, dang, so many calendars is because with my Amway group, they had us read this book called Wired That Way, which is like a personality book, and very insightful, very good information about, different tendencies of people who are wired that way. And so they had everybody read this book, and because I have an outgoing personality when I'm in a large group of people, they automatically labeled me as what they called a sanguine or a sanguine. It's like the more playful personality, the more outgoing personality. And so according to that book, excuse me, wine burp, ew. Because I had that personality or had that outward trait when I was around them, they automatically thought that I had the weakness of like disorganization, or like I was really unorganized and couldn't keep a calendar straight and didn't like lists and didn't like order. And like a lot of the stuff that's in this box actually is like all of my calendars that I kept before the Amway business. I actually have like calendar pages that's like color coded with all of my meetings that I had when I was meeting with my sponsor to get in to Amway. So I just totally lost my sense of self in that business. My goodness. Oh my gosh. This was at my upline. Okay, so I never use real names when I'm talking. When I'm spilling tea, I never use real names. So my upline, Raina, she got free. She retired from her job because she had scammed enough people and they were feeding into the pyramid scheme enough for her to retire from her job, her full-time income. And at her retirement party, I took this photo. I'm next. Oh, honey, how wrong you are. I'm sorry if my glasses have a glare. It's just the fact of life. I don't have contacts. Oh, this is a photo of Raina smashing her phone on her Freedom Day is what she called it. It's like her retirement party. And so they had a tradition where it's like they would have this hammer that all of the upline platinums had etched their initials in. And so on the day of their Freedom Day, they would smash their alarm clock, or in this case, Raina smashed her phone. I think if I dig deep enough, which I might not in this box, not today, but if I dig deep enough, I could probably find actually a part of her phone that I kept from that day. All of my upline platinums had used the hammer to smash their alarm clocks when they retired from their jobs and achieved financial independence. Count how many people's initials are actually etched in on this hammer. Oh, compassionate capitalism. Joke. What a joke. And then An Enterprising Life, an autobiography of J. Van Andel. The bitterness is rising. Like, oh, she's starting to simmer. Okay, this supplement guide to all of the Nutrilite supplements. I swear, these people, they referred to like all of these supplements as like miracle pills. Like when they told me that I should get off of all of my prescription medications, they were like, you definitely should just take the liver support supplement and you'll be totally fine. Like my mom's asthma was totally cured. Joke. Joke. Oh my gosh. This is a photo that I had on my cubicle wall. It's of my dad. It's actually a screenshot of a status that he wrote. He said, here today, gone tomorrow, and back to work. He was golfing in San Diego, and I kept this up on my cubicle because I knew that he was like golfing and with a family member, and it was just like his vacation time, but you know, he's like, and I gotta go back to work. And like, I never told anybody this, but like, I just secretly dreamt of giving my family like a luxurious life. Like, I just wanted to bless them so bad with all the things that like they don't get to enjoy at the moment because they're working and they have to make a living like everybody else in this whole entire planet. But yeah, if you check out that last video with my family interviews, you can see how it was actually affecting my family. It was very counterproductive. Wristbands, so everybody know that we would be in the cult. It has the Bible verse, Luke 4:18 through 19. I'm going to probably pop that up on the screen somewhere so you can read what that is, because I don't know what that means. I don't know what the verse is. But it's Free People of Chicago, and I have 2 of them because they gave those things out like candy. More tools. This is the Money and Rewards booklets. So I bought them with earnest hopes of being able to explain to people how this isn't a pyramid scheme. Funny enough, more calendar pages and color coding up the wazoo. This is what I really like, this particular part of my journey, because I'm discovering myself again. I'm discovering who I really am again, because I probably already knew it, but then Amway really screwed that up for me. I keep generalizing to Amway, and I should probably specify to my upline, just because Amway is a global business. I've already stated my opinions on whether or not Amway is a ripoff, a scam, a pyramid scheme, a cult. I've already stated all that. So when I'm referring to Amway, I'm referring to the people that I was specifically engaged in business with. Shady. My affirmations, and yet another list, another to-do list. Have you heard that song by Kelsey Ballerini called Miss Me More? This is how I feel throughout this whole process. Throughout all of my processing of everything with Amway, I'm realizing I thought I would miss you, but I miss me more. I actually miss the person that I am, and I'm no longer actually gonna pretend to be the person that you have labeled me as. Facts. More notes. A lot of this is notes and American flags. American flag. American flag. Flag. Woo! Flag. Flag. There are probably more flags, but I think you get the point. Birthday card from my upline. Oh. The sad thing is that they probably, they wrote a lot of really, like, sentimental things. And I'm pretty sure at the time they really meant it. That's the weird thing about it, is, like, a lot of people actually seemed really genuine. I guess it's just, maybe if you're going through a process, or you're kind of thinking, should I join an MLM? Let's click on this lady's video. She looks like really positive toward MLM opportunities. And you've made it this far in the video. I just want to warn you, if anybody actually is gonna, just be aware. If anybody says, if you quit, we'll forget your name and we will replace you. If they say that, you are a commodity to them and nothing more. Just wanting to let you know. If ye love wealth greater than liberty, the tranquility of servitude greater than the animating contest for freedom, go home from us in peace. We seek not your counsel nor your arms. Crouch down and lick the hand that feeds you, and may posterity forget that ye were once our countrymen. Samuel Adams' original meeting, fight for your freedoms. This is America. And, you know, if you want to just be comfortable instead of actually pursuing freedom in this country, well, then I guess you're just going to have to suck it up and deal with the servitude that you live in. Amway rendition is, if you're not in Amway pursuing financial independence, then you should just crouch down and lick the hands of your employers, because that is who is feeding you. And I hope that your chains rest lightly on your shoulders, because you're a slave to your 9-to-5. As if nobody likes a 9-to-5, which I get it. Employment sometimes is like kind of a drag, but also most of the time it's actually really a blessing. And a lot of people are just happy to have that job. I have feelings. Your girl could fill a notebook, that is for sure. But this is me all bougie in a fur. Look at your girl. Yes. Work it. That was at TJ Maxx, and that fur was actually not that expensive. I just wanted to feel bougie. I wanted to live that diamond lifestyle, okay? And then this poster was from Raina's Freedom Party. I saved a lot of stuff from her. Free to be whatever she wants. Yes, I am. Let me say it louder for those in the back. I am free to be whatever I want, including a non-MLM schemer, scammer, scam artist, con, dirty, rotten scoundrel. I'm sorry, this is just like all of my negativity kind of expressed in a silly way. And lastly, the book that ended it all. This is the book that Raina suggested that I read because I was dealing with health issues. It's called Live the Let Go Life by Joseph Prince. Do I agree with the premise of the book? No, not really. I don't think if you let go and let God, everything's going to be okay. Not as a blanket statement. I think sometimes God does intervene in our situation. I am not sure when. I don't have my theology worked out by this. But in the context of what she was telling me, basically saying, don't go to the doctor, don't take your prescriptions, don't do any of that. You just need to walk out your healing instead of actually seeking professional help with things that you've been struggling with for a really long time. No. No, thank you. Hard pass. But, yeah. I don't know. Maybe if I read it with a different lens, I would agree with the book, but I really, no. It's in my breakup book. My breakup box. Ooh. Anyway, I'm going to clean that up eventually. I brought the box over here to do the video, and also I'm going to put a couple of different things in there. I have this purse that one of the people in the Amway group gave to me as a gift, and that was really sweet, and she was really nice, and she hasn't talked to me since I quit Amway. And every time somebody compliments me on the purse, I just kind of feel like, pain, regret, sadness, hurt, wounded. So I'm just going to put that in the breakup box for a good measure. Anyway, that was a lot, and yet I feel very little. The thing is that I've gone through all of those videos again, and I just realized that I did only give you the facts. I didn't give you the deep emotional impact, and I don't know if that's really necessary to do, because that's something that I've actually been really working on in therapy. So maybe just a licensed professional is really necessary for that. But I don't know. Like I said, not an anti-MLM channel, but your girl has a lot of tea to spill. And also, I just think that it's important that people know the truth about the nature of these kind of organizations. And I feel like I'm talking really factual right now, but I have been thinking about this all day, and it has been kind of pissing me off for a very long time, actually. Just the level of deception that that I fell for, hook, line, and sinker, because I was so desperate for hope. And after talking to Scott Johnson, the radio show guy, on Sunday, I talked to him, and he was in for 15 years or more. And when he first got in, his wife was pregnant with his second son. So he missed, he was working a full-time job and then building this business earnestly. And so he missed, the first 12 or 15 years of his son's life, basically. The formative years, the years that you enjoy being a parent, he missed all of that because he was chasing a dream to make a legacy for his family, and he came up empty, like many of us do. Most of us do. So his story really broke my heart, and the fact that he's so passionate and so has made it his mission to help people avoid this, as many people as possible avoid this trap. I feel like I still have things to say about this. I don't know how to articulate it yet, but I figured going through my Amway breakup box would be a good start to just kind of, revisit all the things. I can't go through all those pictures, though. It's messed up, right? It's like deep thoughts. Ugh. Anyway, I hope that you at least found this video entertaining, but I really do hope that people are benefited by my opening up about my story. It totally sucked for me, but hopefully it won't suck as much for you, because you'll be able to detect it earlier and avoid getting scammed or joining a cult. So I would really encourage, though, to listen into Scott Johnson's radio show. He does it every Saturday. I know that we'll be recording 7:30 p.m. on Saturday, the February 1st, 7:30 Central Time. But he does that every Saturday, and on his website you'll hear a lot of previous episodes. I'm doing football stance, sorry. You'll see a lot of previous episodes where he talks about the Amway tool scam, something I did not know about and did not even really fathom. It's too much to go into now, but maybe I'll explain later. Or maybe you can just listen to his radio show and learn from the man himself, the guy who has put in so much effort and time in researching this so that other people can benefit from his knowledge and learn from his mistakes, just like y'all are learning from my mistakes, hopefully. My gosh. If anything, learn from my mistakes. Anyway, okay, I'm just going to stop talking because I have a lot of feelings and clearly I'm still dealing with it. But I hope you guys have a wonderful time of the evening or whatever time of day it is. Y'all are my people and I love you so much. And if you haven't subscribed, y'all just do it, okay? I colored my hair for you. No, not really. I did change my hair color, though, if you were wondering. And yes, it looks fabulous. Thank you. I know. Anyway, okay. Bye.